Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is August 4th. We are shooting episode number 66. Today we are going to talk about weekend investing strategies CAGR progression. So we did an interesting study and studied how the CAGR moves over time for various strategies and various subsegments of our market, and what inferences we can draw from that CAGR progression. Some very interesting observations are there. So, but first let's look at the markets. So, markets was opened on fire. Nifty, after having crossed that psychological 16,000 mark yesterday, it opened gap up, and everything was in terms of large caps were on fire, especially the banks. State Bank's result later in the day added more to the banking side, and banks were up almost 2.3%. Rest of everything that had been doing well in the last few days took a breather and a profit booking. So FMCG, auto, consumption, infra, as you can see, all were down about a percent or so. In terms of the broader indices, Nifty, as I said, was up 1%, but you can see Nifty Next 50 was down 0.7%, CNX 500 was down 1%, mid cap, small cap 250, everything was down 1%. And similar downtrend was seen in our entire strategies. MI ATH2, MI All Cap, MI20, they were all down 1 to 2%. And only NG 50 was up 0.5%, which is Nifty and Gold free strategy. NNF 10 was also down 0.4%. So basically a sea of red today, as even the large cap strategies could not really hold, as the advances today were very, very focused. There was no broad based in the advances today, and that caused a very focused move in some stocks. Now, although this has a very poor broader base today, but only in next few days we'll be able to find out if we are sort of making a very distribution sort of a pattern where it will happen like 2018, where small caps take a dip and large caps continue to go up, or this is just a small blip to have some profit booking. Let's now come back to the CAGR presentation. So what I want to first do here is to allow a classification of all the strategies into three major segments. So as was evident in the market today, different segments of the market can move differently. So when small caps are moving, large caps may not move, and when large caps are moving, mid caps may not move, or small caps may not move. Hence, your exposure to each sub-segment of the market is very important, so that you have that complementarity in your portfolio, and something is complementing an upward trend versus a downward trend in other segments, etc. So it's a good hedge against each other also. So the first segment is large and mid cap strategies. All the studies are based on the last 5 years and 1 quarter or so. So 1st April 16 to August 3rd 2021. In this large and mid cap strategies, we are following three indices. So CNX 200, which is the top 200 market cap. So large caps for the first 100 and mid caps for the next 100. Nifty Next 50 index, which is 51st to 100 market cap, all large caps, and Nifty Next 50 again. Nifty index first 1 to 50, and Nifty Next 50 51 to 100. In this category of large and mid caps, we have three products which are exclusively towards large and mid caps. So NNF 10, which looks at stocks from 51 to 100 market cap, had a CAGR of 20.4% in this period versus a 15.2% on the index. MILT CNX 200, which looks at only stocks in CNX 200 index, had a CAGR of 17.8% versus CNX 200 index of 15.1%. And NG 50, which is our free small case portfolio, which mixes gold and Nifty, was at 13.4%, not very far behind from Nifty 50 index on this. But the interesting part to see is the ROMAD ratios, where max drawdown on all three in our portfolios was around 22%, whereas the max drawdown on the indices were up to 42%. Hence the ROMAD ratios, we've done a video on ROMAD ratios, please go see that if you are not clear, and the links are all there in the hub. So ROMAD ratios on the indices was 0.4, whereas ROMAD ratios on these three strategies is go from 0.6 to 0.9. So much superior performance in terms of the ROMAD ratios. Now we have plotted here, different periods and what was the CAGR till that period. So let's say this is NNF 10 and this is point of March end 2017. So on that date it had a CAGR of 51.3% for the first year till then, and then 2018 March it had the CAGR was dropping because 17-18 was a drop year, or 18 first quarter was dropping, and you can see how the CAGR dropped from starting at 1 year at 56% and down to about 11.2% by the time it was 2020 March after the COVID crash, and now it has recovered to about 20% CAGR. So similarly, let's say MILT CNX 200 again from 40s down to about 10 at one point and now at 17. Similarly, NG 5050 is actually very interesting because it has remained around 10% and has improved to 13% now, and the COVID fall only brought it down from 10 to about 8% for a brief while. So you can see that this is for very low risk sort of profile, a fantastic performer over 5-year period. And these dotted ones are actually all the indices. So Nifty 50, this is how the CAGR moved from around 20% and it dipped to almost 2% in March 2020 to come back to 14 now. Nifty Next 50 again around 35%, dipped down to again to 2%, now up at 14, and CNX 200 was around between 20 and 25%, dipped to near 2% and now 14.6%. So if you see this entire basket, we can see that the portfolios MI NNF 10 and LT CNX 200 have consistently performed above their respective benchmark indices, and as the number of years went by into the CAGR, the performance has more or less stabilized between 10 and 20% of the CAGR in the last many years, despite massive falls also and gains also. So as time goes by, the CAGR obviously will stabilize as more and more period is available here. Okay, let's move to the next category. Mid and small cap strategies. So this is basically the heart of where the gains are coming from in terms of mid and small cap. Large caps, the gains are usually muted. The reason is also that a lot of money is chasing that segment, institutional money, and so there's not too much of alpha that you can really generate out of this, because a lot of algorithms are working, a lot of fund action is happening on that, and a lot of FNO action is also there to dampen any major moves. So the two indices that are being tracked here are mid cap and small cap 400 index and small cap 250, and you can see that over 5 years and 4 months the CAGRs on these two indices are about 17 to 18%. Max drawdown has been closer to 50 to 60%, and the ROMAD ratio is somewhere around 0.3 to 0.4. Whereas these four products that we have, MI25 which is purely small cap, MI50 which is purely small cap, MI50 is small cap and mid cap, MI35 is again purely small cap, and MI20 is small cap and mid cap, have given CAGRs of 29% to 44% in the same period, max drawdowns of 29% to 38%, much better than the benchmarks, and ROMAD ratios is important, 0.76 to 1.51% in these two. So from a ROMAD ratio perspective, MI25 and MI50 have really outperformed very well in the mid cap and small cap segment. So here we see how the CAGRs have moved. So MI25 from as high as 90% in the first year came down to about 30% by 2020, and it has now risen to 43.8%. MI50 again above 50% for first year or so, 16, 17 and 17, 18 were very good, and then the mid caps and the small caps were tanking. So we got a reasonably lower a downtrend, and we had a shallow 20 odd percent bottom here. Then we are looking at MI20. MI20 has been reasonably consistent around 20-25% across the and in COVID times it dipped to below 10%, and MI35 again is more flattish and has remained in the region of 40-50 to about 10 or 12 and going up to about 33. And what you can notice here is that the benchmark indices in this dotted lines have remained below all the performances of the strategies and had even dipped in the negative territory. So if you were here in March 2020, you would have made nothing in the last 4 years, and in fact would have lost money by then. However, the strategies continued to perform really well. The last segment is the all cap strategies, where we have CNX 500 index, and that has done a CAGR of 15.5%, max drawdown of 38%, ROMAD ratio of 0.4%, and all these strategies are basically across all the sectors. So MI-ATH2 has done 68.2%. This is mostly back tested, so you can take that with a pinch of salt also. Max drawdown of 27%. MI-ATH has been on for many years. This has done a CAGR of 58%, max drawdown of 30. All cap, one of our most popular strategies, up 46.2% CAGR, max drawdown of 24. And MI30, a very, very robust and versatile strategy which large funds are able to use at a CAGR of 25% and a max drawdown of 22%. And you can see the ROMAD ratios here, they are all above 1 and some above, some near 2 also. So extremely robust performance from all cap strategies which are able to derive benefits from all segments of the market. Again here you can see MI-ATH and at the worst times did not go below 30% CAGR despite the worst falls. MI-ATH2 did not go below 30% as well. MI all cap had a low of again around 20 odd percent and is now back at 45%, and MI30 was lower at about 12% and now at 24.92 versus the index which dipped to near zero and is now at 15%. So you can see that over time the CAGRs come in a very sort of a narrow range, and then they are more smoother in terms of where they will play around. So when you are finding that CAGRs are coming low, extremely low, that is probably the time to sort of deploy more funds, because the last 3, 4, 5 years, if the CAGR comes to near zero, it is pretty much a point where market is showing a lot of desperation, and that may be the area from where the markets will start to pick up also. So this is an additional sort of a trigger or a insight that you can use to add more funds to the market. The beauty of all these strategies is that you don't have to worry to time the market. They will themselves either go to cash or hide in the strongest stocks in that pack, and you can just add more capital as and when you feel the drawdowns are steeper or the CAGR has fallen dramatically. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.